what's going on, everybody, and thanks for joining me again. This is a great day. You ready for this Friday, Cadigan?
Very ready.
I'm ready for this Friday, Cadigan. Hey, guys, get excited, because I've got a really good friend from law school with me today, Michael Cadigan. Thank you for joining me, my brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Dude, anytime. I'm excited. So, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Looking at the news was real boring. Like, not exciting this week. So it's kind of a bit of a stretch, kind of just reaching at straws for things to get you excited. Thanks, Yahoo. But that only brings us to the things to ponder. Get excited because we've got some very legitimate news to talk about. Like, blows my mind that these weren't articles in Yahoo News, so we're going to make them the news for you. So, in our segment, we're going to talk about Trump's impeachment. It's coming, people. And Trudeau's blackface, you racist. And the okay sign is no longer okay. So we'll get to that. But let's get to the Yahoo News. So Yahoo News this week, Michael Cadigan. Article title is, Jessica Simpson just shared more photos showing off her 100-pound weight loss. Jessica Simpson, did you even know she had 100 pounds to lose?
The last time I saw her was, the Employee of the Month the movie? So... No, I mean...
Well, since the Employee of the Month episode, Jessica Simpson... I was about to say, Jessica Simpson ate Jessica Simpson, and now she lost to Jessica Simpson, and we're back to just neutral Jessica Simpson.
We're back to Jessica Simpson.
Just back to Jessica Simpson. So with the article, here's the photo of what Jessica Simpson looks like today. Moo! She's back. Cadigan, you gotta say, that's pretty good. Now here, I'll put it up on the screen, but let's just go to, Google Images, and you could see a fat Jessica Simpson. I didn't say that out loud, guys. That's not PC. Whoa! If you put in fat Jess, Google already fixes Jessica Simpson. Oh. So it already knows there's only one fat Jessica Simpson. Or one fat Jess.
There we go.
So here's the images. Whoa! Here's the image. Bam. Boom! Dude! Whoa! Look at that one! Dude, look at this one. I
don't know. I can't.
I beg of you to be, or this one. Whoa!
Good for her, man. I don't know.
Hey, but to lose 100 pounds is insanity. I mean, that's a whole person. That's something to be proud of. That's really great. Good for you, Jessica. Because I know didn't she have kids? Like, I'm pretty sure she had a family. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That happens to everybody.
Looks like she was, holding some belly bump.
Yeah. Yes. So she's had kids. Like, come on, for you to. And then to get back down to, I mean, here it is again.
Is this where she came from? I don't know.
I mean, that's where she started. She left that station and never came close to it. But, I mean, you got to concede that this is a pretty good Jessica Simpson. But hey, good for you, Jessica. We're all proud of you. Honestly, I'm on the same train. I'm trying to lose 100 pounds too. So, I'm with you, honey. Keep it going. We're proud of you. So, moving on. The next article is that the Joker director says it doesn't make sense that John Wick movies aren't pulled up for violence, which is a very good point because the last podcast we were just talking about how one of the articles that we pulled up from Yahoo News was also talking about how the Canadian Film Festival, go figure, of all film festivals, the softy Canadians were upset on how this idolizes the mentally ill. And it's like, okay, well, I think this director's got a very valid point. What is it about John Wick that we can just totally justify? Like, yes, man killing people over puppy and stolen car. Makes sense. I sign it. And then for us to go, but the Joker, who we grew up with since we were 13, I'm triggered. Like, at what point do you just go...
It's the grieving husband versus the face paint, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, dude... Again, I think there's a very valid point to here, like, entertainment's entertainment. We watch UFC. At some point, I'm not going to go bust in someone's face, but there's something about watching someone's face get busted in that's pretty entertaining, right? So, we've loved murder. When we go back to what started the film industry, when you go back to those that were at the beginning of Hollywood, they talk about how it was such a learning curve for them that the audience was totally captivated by shoot-em-ups and guns and bang, bang, bang. So they realized they needed to amp it up because for whatever reason, the audience is drawn to this like a mosquito to a light or a moth to a light. So as a result, now we're in such a world where, like, I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a show called The Patriot.
Yeah. Like the show or the
show.
movie.
There's a movie?
There
is a movie, which is a great movie as well. That's
sure.
the Civil War, right?
Yeah.
Where he melts down his kids' toys to make the bullet to kill the guy.
Revolutionary.
Is that it?
Revolutionary, yeah.
So I've mixed up movies.
That's fine, do whatever. Yeah.
No, was it? Am I thinking of a
it was
different
Revolutionary War. Yeah, it was Revolutionary War.
So wait, The Patriot's about the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So The Patriot is a television show on Amazon. A kid that we go to school with, Zach, who's also been a guest on our podcast before, was telling me that this is his favorite show ever, that I need to watch it, he's obsessed with it, blah, blah, blah. So I go and check it out, and honestly, it doesn't do it for me. Because I was telling he loves it because it's a situational humor, it's very dark, it's kind of like a Batman show, but I'm not a big fan of it because it's really slow. And then he pointed out to me, he's like, dude, but why do you need, like, what about you needs to have this type of action? And then it made me realize, bingo, like, why am I bored that it doesn't have that? But again, I push back to Zach that, like, there's plenty of television that I watch that doesn't have any of that, and I don't think about it. So why is this show making me think about not having it? Is it that boring, or is it that I'm that addicted to it? So I don't know, but I think there's some pretty valid points to that. We're just, like, obsessed. There is something innate in the human nature to be drawn, except for your softies who get upset over pronouns. Everybody else is for some reason drawn. Horror, the genre, isn't a giant genre for no reason, right? These are dumb movies made on cheap quality, but for some reason we love just Kill Bill quality blood gushing everywhere. Like, it's just crazy. So, in light of that, how can we get upset when the Joker is a new movie that comes out and does what the Joker does?
You mean highlight
mental illness or craziness or violence, like any other movie like John Wick that we watch.
Sure.
What it is it's just like, I look at these kind of shows and it's like, I think we're just desperate for something to get upset about. That, like, at the same time that we're getting upset over how dark this Joker movie is going to be, I think it's more or less because we're living in a dark society right now and it parallels us way too much. But at the same time, you also want to go, what about this is unattractive? What about it is dangerous to you, right? Because there's no sign, as much as when video games were introduced to society and we wanted to find a way to draw video games to violence, and make this nexus, there is a scientific impossibility to do it. As much as more people are doing video games and being exposed to violence, the increase in actual violence does not parallel that.
Sure.
So it goes to show that it very much parallels mental illness. And to pretend that this mental illness is this kind of mental illness doesn't exist is just as dangerous as, I don't know, praising it. I don't think these movies praise it, but at the same time, Hollywood has recently set a standard where people in Hollywood are upset that the Joker role has now become an Emmy role, where, like, you just get an Emmy if you're, or, you know, a Grammy or whatever it is, if you play the Joker, and people are upset.
Sure.
But it's also like, but it's a role. It's a very real role.
I can see that, but the people
who
historically, people who played the role, you know, going back to, I'm trying, oh, man.
What's his name? Dude, there's people right now just losing their mind, going, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, that's it. Heath Ledger.
I know, people, I'm sorry. I'm a human. You caught me on the spot.
That's more so my fault. I don't know. I was going to try to bring it up.
No, but they all parallel each other, right? Like, Heath Ledger was one of the greatest roles. He made this role one of the greatest roles ever.
Jack Nicholson, he was the one who said, you know, this is a really tough role and tried to give Heath Ledger some advice as far as taking this role.
Did he?
I believe so, yeah. And
I don't doubt that either.
Yeah.
But again, for this to be the award-winning role also goes to show that there's a lot of intrinsic value in the art of this role.
Yeah.
It's very real, right? Just as much as it upsets you that people are paying tickets or praising this type of character, it also strikes a chord with you because this character exists amongst us. And I don't know, have you ever watched the show Gotham? Not to go, like, down this alley, but the show Gotham introduces the Joker not as a character, but as a concept.
Okay.
Which I thought was a really great idea, right? This was before Batman became Batman. That's what the show was about. And the evolution of the show really went farther down it. The Joker came back in and blah, blah. But the initial concept of the Joker was this kid who everybody thought was going to become the Joker, right? The young Joker. He had the smile. Like, it was perfect.
Sure.
But this kid ends up dying. And you're like, whoa, what happened to the Joker? Like, this was supposed to be the Joker. But then we come to find out that the way the show wanted the Joker to be was not a person, but a concept. And this guy bled into, or he infected, the concept was he infected society with this concept of the Joker mentality, of just chaos for chaos' sake. And
some people just want to see the world burn.
Bingo. You nailed it. It's a cliche for a reason, right?
Sure.
Because the Joker loves it.
For sure.
So, I don't know. I love the way Gotham went about the Joker. I think it's a favorite human character for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. You could try to postulate it yourself. I think there's something intrinsic to us that draws us to him. Maybe it's because it's so foreign to us we don't know what it is, and it makes us interested. Also, probably because there's so many people that can relate to this. You know, I don't know. There's people that are living in their mom's basement that are like the Joker and don't even know it. And, you know,
one day.
One day they're going to have a smile cut into their face. I don't know. It's crazy. At the end of the day, why do we get 3 John Wicks and nobody complains about killing everybody and bang, bang, shoot them up? But we get 1 Joker movie and everybody wants their panties in a knot. I don't get it. So, moving on from the Joker, moo, 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 moo. I couldn't... At this point, guys, you already know my feelings on having to bring him up, but at this point, we can't not bring him up. So, finally, right when you think Antonio Brown is done and dead, he's not. He's back, and he's chirping away. So, here's a guy with no team, and he came in with a bunch of tweets today. One of his tweets was, "I'm still the best. Why stop now?" The next tweet was, "The game need me. I'm like test answers."
To which Eric Weddle responded.
Yeah, I'm trying to find... Okay. Eric Weddle, so... Antonio Brown. "The game need me like test answers." Golden Tate. What? With a couple exclamation marks. Then Eric Weddle, who has had a rift in the past with Antonio Brown, went, "Definitely don't." In response to Golden Tate. At which point... Matthew Juden came in and said, "WTF is he talking about?" And Eric Weddle said, "Not sure, bro, but he's getting a little sensitive, it seems." Whoop! Then Fantasy Fred, which is not a blue checkmark fantasy account, so I'm assuming it's just like a friend, or, you know, just a fan of Eric Weddle. But Fantasy Fred came in and said, "Weddle, I F with you, bro, but you can't guard at Antonio Brown 84 over the top or man." And Eric Weddle responded with, "Don't need to. He isn't on a team." So, you know, just sitting here. Don't need to, isn't on a team. Antonio Brown responds to with, "You need some attention, little man. Glad I put that stuff," probably meant to say stiff arm. "Glad I put that stiff arm in your neck in Pittsburgh. You deserved it, little Weedle." Whoop! Then Weedle says, "Ha ha 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 ha." And AB, capital A, capital B, "When are you going to learn that it isn't about you? Never was and never will be. Got a game to get ready for. Good luck, my guy." Ha! Because one of them is still in the league. Antonio Brown's response was, "Bro, I don't even know you. Don't call me AB. That's my NFL name, dummy. I'm not on your team. Never been. Shut your mouth, jabroni." Well, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. If that's your AB is your NFL name, well, I guess you can't even use that name. The only person that can use that name is Eric Weedle, because he's the only one in the NFL, bro. Jabroni.
Out of all the people talking to him right now.
Right?
So, I mean... Antonio Brown, it's funny you move from the concept of, you know, mental illness to Antonio Brown, who seems, after the perfect hit, seems like he might...
After the perfect hit.
So, I mean, Antonio, he's had a, rough stretch of things, at least this season, between the sexual assault allegations, the farting in his doctor's face allegations, not paying
Not
the
even.
doctor.
Whoa, those aren't even allegations, bro.
Those are
TMZ has a video of him farting in
That
his
is very
doctor's
true. I saw
face.
that.
Like, yo,
You would think it'd be a little bit more like, bending over in his doctor's face, but that was, in all honesty, it was really funny that he's just sitting in the room, just
dude,
doing what he's doing.
do you know how shoddy of a person you have to be to ever consider farting in any person's face, no matter the circumstance?
You gotta be
Even if it's your best friend to make a joke, you're still going,
Should I do this?
Like, and yet he was like, my doctor, hey, check for the colonoscopy. Like, what?
Don't worry, I'm not paying for this.
Yeah, this is on Pittsburgh, so don't worry about it. At the end of the day, if it's Pittsburgh's bill, you should be farting on everybody. So anyway, then Weedle comes back. You're not making any sense, bud. Glad you're not on my team. Call yourself whatever you want. Doesn't matter one bit to me. Good luck at CMU, my bro. What is CMU? College, my dude, university? I don't know. CMU, I'm assuming, is some kind of university. Yeah, Google, what's CMU? Well, no, the U would be university.
Carnegie Mellon?
Yeah, Carnegie Mellon University. That's probably where he went.
I think...
Where did Antonio Brown go to college? Central Michigan.
Chippewas.
So maybe it's CMU, Central Michigan University.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know why he would say that, but...
Hey, whatever. Probably because nobody knows where the hell you came from, guy. But anyway, good luck at CMU, my bro. And Antonio Brown came back with, keep you luck duck. Listen, dude, this is why you don't deserve the money you do. If gravity stopped working for the ass clowns who are athletes, the world continues. If gravity stops working for the doctors, nurses, firemen, and lawyers of our world, society comes to a halt. Know your place, dude. You don't even know how to spell your. You're a loser. Y-O-U.
R-E. Apostrophe.
R-E. You're a loser. Anyway, Antonio Brown, figure yourself out. At the end of the day, I think there's probably a long or strong lawsuit here against the NFL for CTE because you're brain dead, my dude. You're gonzo.
Antonio Clown.
Antonio Clown. You got any last words for this guy before we wrap this jerk up?
Ooh, man, he had his own last words. Long time ago. Before he started, his lawyer should be fired, honestly. Threatening the woman that raised sexual assault allegations against him. It's like lawyer.
Isn't that MPRE like? That's professional responsibility. You broke the moral ethics.
Put your phone down. Don't respond to anybody.
Yeah. Be happy you have a job if you do after this.
The Patriots. He was with the Patriots. You're basically safe.
Him.
You were
Not
safe.
even you're basically safe. You basically have a Super Bowl. Like, dude, you put your do you know how many people would be happy not to get paid for an entire year, no income, and just get a ring and be able to say they played for the Super Bowl?
I would.
This guy was going to be paid millions, couldn't put his tail between his legs and accept the Super Bowl.
I paid my own plane ticket.
At the end of the day, it wasn't his choice. If it was up to him, he'd still be playing for the Patriots. Finally, the rest of the league was like, nah, we're done with you. I'm just glad to be done with him.
My fantasy team's done with him, so,
Did you have to drop him?
I traded him.
What?
Yeah.
While he was dropped, or what?
No. So right before the sexual allegation first thing went down, and then it seemed like he was fine. Then I traded him for Amari Cooper.
Smart.
And then second allegation came out, and he was threatening the woman, and then they were like, all right, well, you gotta go. Don't. It's not gonna work out anymore.
Yeah, dude. Dude, he's too much. This scene. Okay, we were gonna just talk about this real quick since we're talking about football. One other of the articles was rankings for all 31 NFL stadiums, worst to best.
Ooh, I can't imagine Atlanta's up there.
Who do you think is the worst?
Who do I think is the worst?
Yeah.
The Raiders?
Only because you saw my...
Did I? No, I didn't see it.
It was the Raiders.
Was it really? I mean, they play in a baseball stadium.
That's true. I mean, but it looks like a pretty cool stadium. It's all completely like...
I've been there. No,
you have?
I have been there, yeah. I went
in Oakland?
For my 13th birthday, I went to a Broncos game. I'm actually a Eagles/Broncos fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So for my 13th birthday, I went to a Raiders game. The people in the stadium, they just openly smoke weed, which is, whatever.
It's Oakland.
It was fun,
Welcome to California.
Yeah, welcome.
So after Oakland was the Redskins, then we had the Chargers, then we had the Dolphins. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm just trying to scan through. I don't have time for 26 clicks.
I know if you can get out of the link without getting punched, you're good. Mike Scott went there. He just got fucking...
I'm excited to see what the Las Vegas stadium turns into. Will that be a complete shamble fest? It's Las Vegas.
Which team's going there? Or are they just making...
No, not the Knights. That's their hockey team.
Yeah.
The Raiders, dude.
The Raiders going to Vegas?
Yeah.
When's that happening?
I think after this year.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to make sure. Just because, people. Vegas football team in the NFL is Oakland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Dude, check this picture out. I'll put it up here. Look at Vegas new football stadium. Dude, look at this stadium. It opens up to a whole wall, like opening like that. And this is it, like that's just the stadium. But here's boom.
If anybody's got money, Vegas got money.
That's why Vegas bought the Raiders, man.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, at the end of the day, they were... What sucks is the issue with Vegas is there's not enough local civilians that live in Vegas that they were worried about an actual fandom building.
Sure.
And then it took all of the people to come together and go, we're here and we're ready. We're waiting for our football team. And they were able to raise enough awareness and fandom to totally supersede Oakland. And so Vegas was able to get it.
Say what, man. Vegas is a fun town.
It's fun, but I think you need to have a lot of money to enjoy it.
Sure.
It's one of those, like, you have to buy your fun. Whereas, like, at dinner today, we talked about our trips to Jamaica, Punta Cana, and, like, yeah, you might have to do an excursion to find sometimes
you really do.
fun.
If that's one thing I can say, you really have to get out and do one of the excursions, get out off the resort. You can have as much fun as you want on the resort. If you're not going to see anything you really want to see.
Exactly. And so what really stinks is, like, you have to make, like, in any place, you have to make your own fun. But with Vegas, to make your own fun costs $500 a pop, right? Like, yeah, tonight, like, your options are club A, B, or C. All of them are $300. Yeah. So enjoy. Oh, what's also great is you can have your Bud Light on the street and nobody's going to say anything.
Sure.
It's like, okay, cool. Well, the open container thing's great, but I need to be able to buy the container to open, and I can't afford it. So, I think that one day, once maybe law school pans out, I can afford Las Vegas.
I know what happens when Vegas stays in Vegas, but for my 21st birthday, it's a great way to start this.
Yeah, I was about to say it.
They have the shows there. They have like Cirque du Soleil, stuff like that. So we went to kind of like an off-brand one. It was called Absinthe. So basically, the premise behind the whole thing is the actors, they pretend. Well, either they pretend or they actually do it, but they drink absinthe, and they go out and do a whole bunch of different stunts. And the theme is really cool. They balance on different chairs, and they do different acrobatic stunts or jumping through the air off tripwires and stuff like that. But
what hotel was this at?
This was at, I think, Caesar's Palace.
Oh, cool.
Did Caesar actually stay here? But I think we went there to Caesar's Palace to see the show, and during the intermission, they call certain people, they call you up on the stage. They obviously pick me up because I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm all of 21 years old. I'm like,
they got him.
I'm like, shit. I don't want to. So they call me. They pull me up. They're like, we need the nerdy white boy right there to come back on stage right now. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do that, but okay, I'll go up. What do you need me to do? And they're like, we need this huge black guy. Get up here. total dichotomy. It's anyway.
And that wasn't on purpose.
Anyway, they're like, all right, we need you both to do a lap dance competition. So they pulled, this really hot girl out of the stage, and like, you guys both got to lap dance all. Anyway, long story short, I ended up winning.
The lap dance on another girl.
I win.
Amen. I don't doubt it for a second. I mean, if I was putting my money on anybody's
You
lap
see me,
dance,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
You don't think so?
Yo, hey guys, you may not. The man's Puerto Rican. If there's a lap dance I'm trusted, it's from La Chacharia Sexy over here.
So,
dude, I'm guaranteeing you're taking the cake on that.
One drinks the rest of the night. Everybody was like, "Oh, nerdy white boy, let's go,
let's go." So you got free drinks? Everybody was buying it. Yo, that is a gift in and of itself. Like you didn't even expect that to come with it. For free drinks on the fans. Dude, you built a fandom in Las Vegas. How many people? You and Britney Spears are about the only two people who get to say that.
I know, man. I think I worked hard enough that I think I might have lost 100 pounds. I really shook it out. I really shook it all out there.
Las Vegas, it's one of those, like, I went with my family twice, went with my parents and a really close friend of mine for our birthday.
In Vegas?
In Vegas, and it was, what really stinks about Las Vegas is there's just some stories that need to go with you to death.
Yeah.
And
that was one of them.
And that'd be a great... No, I would be bragging about my lap dance victories all day. Mine is like when you're off the beaten path and you've gotten yourself in some sketchy situations where it's like, this was a life event. You'll never get to talk about it because we're not there and it stayed there. So we could all take a trip there and we can talk about it.
You guys enjoy that.
Yeah. If we want to go to Las Vegas, I'll be happy to do a live podcast, tell you all my stories.
It wasn't the most thrilling story. I can show you, but,
Now that sounds like a thrill. All right, so Vegas has a football team. Booty, booty, booty. Moving on to onto the chosen topics of the day. Trump's impeachment. So it happened. He's being brought up for impeachment proceedings. Never thought it would happen. It's happening. What do you think of it? What do you know about this situation?
You said you never thought it would happen, but...
But it happened. I mean, low-key, we all kind of knew it probably should happen. It's just, would it happen? It did, and here we are. So, I'm going to ask you, and then I'll tell you. So, I have admin. You took admin last semester,
I did,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so admin for administrative law is a course that we got to take, and it's all on the administrative procedures of the agencies and, just kind of like the administration of our government, the laws that dictate our government. And it was crazy. I show up to class Tuesday night. In the middle of the night, we find out that Pelosi is moving forward with impeachment proceedings. So I show up to class Monday or Wednesday morning thinking there's no way in hell.
Yeah, but this semester.
This Wednesday,
okay, yeah.
There's no way in hell I'm showing up to admin law and we're not about to talk about what just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And we didn't. Not a word about it. It blew my mind. Mainly because I really, I get a news alert from Apple on my phone. Everybody in America, boop, Pelosi's moving forward with impeachment proceedings. Well, what does that mean? Impeachment for what? What laws did the president break I was so ignorant to all of this, and again, you can't trust our news. You don't know where to go. I'm completely lost on where to tread forth in this situation. So I go to my professor after class, and I'm like, Professor, I'm kind of disappointed we didn't talk about this in class, but what is going on? What's the law dictating this and everything? And if you don't mind, I'm going to describe kind of what's going on because I thought it was, as a lawyer, listen, I got a bias because I have an affection for the complexities of the law to begin with, but I thought it was really cool kind of what's going on right here because I read an article. First, my friends brought it to my attention, and then I went out and read some articles on how there's a lot of political scientists that believe that if this does not succeed, if this impeachment does not succeed, the Democrats just handed Trump the presidency. And that's a little concerning. So going to my professor, I'm just like, what is going on? And is it likely that it doesn't succeed or it does? And so we spoke for like an hour and a half talking about bipartisanship and everything going on in this situation. And one of the really cool things, or just kind of the law that is being applied in this situation, is for the president. So we have their checks and balances. The executive branch has laws that dictate what they can and cannot do. And stepping outside those bounds is a violation in which it leads to impeachment, which could get you taken off of your position. So, in this situation, what we have is presidents don't break executive norms. So, where there is a lack of law, there are norms, where this is normally what the procedure is. It isn't law, but it's just so common procedure that it's kind of essentially become what we do all the time. The law for the executive branch is there can be penalties imposed if you break norms, but that is not an offense to such a degree that could get you impeached or taken off of your position. So what's interesting here is the Democrats are trying to make a situation where Trump has made a field day breaking norms, which again is punishable. But again, it isn't like he's breaking a law. You can't go, you broke this law, because there's no law there that he broke. What it is here's a norm. This is how we normally do it, and you broke it. They could punish you, but there really isn't law there. So the Democrats have said, you've broken multiple norms. And so they want to try this new thing. It's never happened before, but this accumulation of norms that we could show you've broken numerous norms to such a degree that that is impeachable. And that will have to be decided upon. That has never been decided upon before. This will set future precedent moving forward. What really sucks about this situation is I have a liberal professor who hates Trump and everything else. He says, the really sad part is there's nothing here that in any way dictates breaking social norms as an impeachable offense. And so the Democrats hate him so much, they put all their eggs in the basket of hoping breaking a lot of norms is enough. And as somebody who's one of the smartest people in this situation I know, I can go talk to, and is incredibly smart, when that person looks at me and goes, I don't think they're going to do it. It's just, we're at this is going to be amazing. Grab your popcorn because we're about to see the show.
We're about to see the show. I mean, you said if that really is conceding the whole second, re-election, the re-election of Trump.
And it's huge, man. Yeah. I mean,
you're handing it over.
And how could they do that? What sucks is you couldn't stand him for one more year to where you handed him 4.
Yeah.
How nuts is that, right? Like, as somebody who voted for Trump the first time and has no intention of voting for him again, is going to be stuck with this guy again because you couldn't deal with him for one more year. And I'm sorry, this is something I felt from the beginning. That next day after he won, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Except for the people who were upset. They changed. They were upset. They were the ones that said, the world's racist now. Everybody hates me. You're hateful, you're hateful, you're hateful, you're hateful. And it's like, dude, nothing changed. The birds are still... my yard, my life, nothing's changed except the fact that you're upset now. And I don't know. Again... there isn't much to be said about this situation yet because we don't know enough. But again, I guess let's boil it down a little bit more. So all I did was say the Democrats are trying to say he's broken social norms, and that's what they're trying to get him for. What is the social norm that was the straw that broke the camel's back? The
Muslim ban? I don't know.
No, not even that.
No?
The thing that's got him up for impeachment right now is during the Obama administration, Obama's administration went to Ukraine and convinced them to hire Biden's son to be the chairman for their leading oil company. They weren't going to do it. Biden threatened to eliminate all aid to Ukraine, so they hired his son. So Trump comes into the presidency, and through code, in a conversation with the president of Ukraine, he, again, this is the rhetoric of the news saying what he did. This may or may not necessarily be what he did, but with the transcript of the conversation, they're trying to say through the code of the conversation, he implied that he wanted the president of Ukraine to investigate the manipulative ties to why Biden's son is there and how they could possibly get him out or whatever. I mean, it wasn't that strict of language, but it was like, please investigate, what's going on with the situation. So, at the end of the day, I don't find a problem with that. I don't care, even if, take the names out of it, Obama, sure. Trump, blah, blah, like, at face value, shouldn't it upset you that it's clear collusion, that this guy is a chairman for the, oil runs the world, right? The biggest conglomerates in the world are oil conglomerates. This guy's running the biggest one in Ukraine, and I'm pretty sure, and then also I was reading he's got no background knowledge in oil, right? So it's not like this guy's whole life was oil and he's the oil master.
This is Biden's son.
No, this is just Biden's son with the Biden name and he got the job. So it's like, the collusion there makes me worried. Now, at the same token, Trump should be on Team America, not Team Trump, you sociopath. So technically, Biden's son is Team America. That's how I look at it, right?
Sure.
Shouldn't he be, I don't know, an intel or an advantageous arm of the American? Why is you as the president of America wouldn't want that? No matter what side of the aisle he's on.
Well, I mean, he's obviously going for his dad's election, I'm sure. So
you're right.
So
yeah, damn, you're right though. That's the sad part is, this probably could have been something advantageous for us as a country, but it was more advantageous for his campaign to stir this up. At the same time, though, it wasn't stirred up by Trump. Remember, this is being stirred up because of his impeachment. This was something he had in a closed conversation with but who knows what he was planning on doing a year from now. Maybe he was waiting to use this as a election campaign bomb on Biden in the future. So that's true too. I don't know. Again, grab your popcorn because the show's about to start. None of us know what to expect. I don't know what is about to come of this, but it's about to be interesting. Again, you guys better hope he gets taken out, because if he doesn't, you're stuck with him again. I'm stuck with him. I don't want him again. Boo! Let's move forth. So, recently, Justin Trudeau, the light of the earth, God's angel amongst us, did the worst thing a human could do. He painted his face black. Oh! Yo, so here, I'll show you the picture. I'm going to put it up here. Boop. Your man wanted to look like Aladdin.
You went way too far.
You went way too far. I love your comment of hey man, Aladdin isn't that dark. You took it too far.
I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering blackface.
Yo! Dude, what's crazy about this whole thing is just, I don't even know. What's funny is there's nobody quickest to persecute somebody else, right? The first person to grab his pitchfork and torch is Mr. Mannequin Trudeau. And you know what the greatest part about this period of life is, man? And this statement bugs the hell out of blue people, out of the left. It's amazing. But there's nothing greater than watching the left eat the left. Republicans have been saying it quite a bit lately, and it's just interesting because it's you guys can't even please yourself. You have made social PC rules that you can't even hold yourself to, right? Kevin Hart can't control or, run the Emmys. It's been his life dream to host the Oscars or whatever the hell it was. And he can't do it because he made a joke. Years. A comedian.
I really feel like everybody has some kind of thing in their past you can really dig up if you really look hard enough.
I'm sorry, but you know who nobody just the thought of her makes me want to puke. Sarah Silverman is gag-tastic. Nobody makes me want to vomit more than her existence. Again, if gravity stopped working for her, I'd be ecstatic. But guess who went down with Trudeau at the same time? Psycho bitch Silverman has blackface picture.
Oh, really?
So this chick's on Hulu with a show about proving Republicans wrong. I can't even remember what it was called. It was some very derogatory, mean term against people who aren't left. But she had, pull up the images, and blackface. Moo! Sarah Silverman, thank you. But,
Jeez, I'm not even trying.
that was on Comedy Central, dude. That was on TV. That was on a show somebody dug up. It's like, I bet you didn't think that was going to come back and bite you in the ass. The most PC jerk of them all. The one that's on the stage crying at the DNC for Bernie as her, her party stole it from him illegally and handed it to Hillary.
I don't get that. It's like almost ironic.
It's amazing. Dude, the world works in a perfect way. It works in You know who you'll never get? We were talking about him earlier. You'll never get Joe Rogan in a corner like this. You'll never... And the dude's saying everything, right? You'll never get him in a corner where he's got giant white lips and a black face, but the asshole Sarah Silverman, who's out here crying and weeping about everybody's upsetness... Yeah, now put blackface and see if you can find some. Joe Rogan blackface. And...
Oh,
nope.
There it is.
No, it's what did they pull up? Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, dude. So here's somebody who who says he's a liberal. The internet wants him and paints him to be this conservative white supremacist, and you can't find dirt like that on him to save your life. But man, that's Always Sunny. That's Mac. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, yeah.
Okay. I thought you were zooming in like, dude, this is Joe in blackface. I'm like, no, that's Mac.
Dude, I love Always Sunny.
Dude, hold up. Pause. All right, we're done with the impeachment. The impeachment stuff's done. Get ready. Get your popcorn. It's going to be fun. This was part of the news that I wanted to do with the Wayne episode and didn't get to. This stuff excites me, man. I'm all fun and games about talking about politics and sports and blah, blah. But the stuff that really excites me is television. Television!
Everybody loves television.
I love television. Screw everybody else. But let's talk about the new shows that are coming out, man.
Okay.
So, you an American Horror Story fan?
I am.
Are you?
I am.
Have you watched 1984?
I'm fucking trying. I've had, so I don't have FX. I don't have any kind of like cable streaming system.
Dude, I've watched the first episode twice now. Second episode once, and I plan on watching it again when Alexis comes over. So I will watch the first episode. I can't watch American Horror Story enough.
I've had my Fire Stick for years now, and I've always ever streamed it.
Is it the one with the black market? So you could buy Fire Sticks for like $30 more that come jailbroken.
No,
is it one of those?
I do it myself.
You jailbroke your...
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Shit. Don't tell them
that.
So.
This is no implication. Listen, I stream movies. Sue me.
This is not water. Sue me.
It's absinthe, and we're about to see Mike do some somersaults, and he was telling you about the Vegas show as a foreshadowing for his somersault.
That's how we're gonna end this video.
So you watch American Horror Story?
So I've tried. I've watched every other season on my Fire Stick, but this year, for whatever reason, I guess it must have stopped working. I have to re-download it. Every time I've ever tried to watch it, it cuts out the audio.
I'll watch it. I will watch it with you if you want. But now that
last year was amazing.
Okay, I'm sorry. American Horror Story is my favorite show in all of existence. I have a friend, Kevin, shout out Kevin, and my sister, Allison, shout out Allison. Those are the only two people in my life that actually enjoy American Horror Story. Everybody else, I'm like, you watch American Horror Story? And like, yeah. But I'm so excited that this was not planned. But I find, like, the episode that I get to kick off this conversation, so 2 weeks ago, they started this season. This was supposed to be a segment on get excited about the new television, but we're about to get excited about American Horror Story. Dude, 1984 is amazing. We can't talk about it because you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
In light of that, what I would really like to talk about is the last season.
Yeah.
I think the last season was the greatest. First, you obviously, if you haven't seen it, you have to go watch Coven first.
Yeah.
And Murder House, which is season 1, which everybody...
I love Murder House.
Okay, what sucks is Zach, our buddy Zach Strutzer, he's not big into it, so he was going to start it.
Sure.
And I didn't want him to start Murder House. I know that that's the cult favorite, because that was the first, that's what turned everybody onto it, but I feel like all the other seasons, especially 3, 5, like, some of those later seasons were so great that it buried Murder House to forgotten land. And so you go back to it and enjoy it because, again, the nostalgia, it was the beginning, it was great. But the other ones are so great that I didn't want to have him start on that. But which one do you start him on? So you're like, start on the one that the series wanted you to start on.
Yeah. And
he doesn't like it. I get it, though. I know that everybody, you love it. Everybody that's a fan of American Horror Story
loves it. You really don't have to watch the first one. Like, honestly, you can tell them to watch whatever one.
They don't watch any of them. That's what's so great about it.
They have no relevance. I mean, except for
this last one, you need to see the first one in Coven.
Yeah.
Which is great. I'm somebody that I wish more seasons combined them.
Yeah.
But I loved that last season. That was so incredible. That was the greatest television ever. I will watch that first episode. The amount of people I watched that with and never continued watching the series, just watched that first episode with them and they loved it.
Sure.
Because what do you do? What do you do, man? The one situation I got for you is the first season, there's like a nuclear bomb coming, something like, wow, like lady's getting her hair cut and everybody's going crazy, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's about to go nuts. Fast forwarding to, like, here's a father, a mother, 2 sons. You're at home. Pops on the news that it's the end of the world. It's about to be a nuclear war. Existence is about to end. The news guy's crying that, like, I love my family. I'm not going to make it home in time. I love you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
It's the end of the world. You and your family are huddled in your living room, understanding that it's the end of existence, and bang at the door, it's the FBI. Or people you think are the FBI, right? Like, you don't even know who the hell they are. Official people roll up in a blacked out van, and they say, we need your son. He did a 23andMe. We saw his genetics. We need your son. He's coming with us. And they go, but what about our other son, Billy? And they're like, Billy, we want him.
That guy.
And they're like, yeah, go ahead. Take him. What do? You know what happens when nothing happens, right? The bomb never goes off and you're like, shit, I just gave away my son and somebody's got my kid. I don't know who they are or where they are. So, are you handing your son off to a stranger in the hopes of knowing that he may live on, knowing you won't? That life situation blew my mind because I kept putting myself in that dad's position. And it's like, what do you do as a dad? Life's over. You're about to no longer exist, or at least you believe so. So 2 situations happen. You either exist and you handed your son off to a stranger and you don't know who they are or where they are.
Sure.
Or you're gone and your son gets to live on because he was in a bunker somewhere.
I'll tell you what I do. Billy's don't worry about him. The good son, the 23andMe son.
He's a good one.
He's going.
I'm sending him.
Until the end of the world does not happen, then I'm going John Wick. I'm going to find him.
Yeah, there we go. That's why we love those movies. I'm going to find my son, full John Wick. No, Taken. It's going to be Taken.
Oh, Taken, yeah.
You're going to be full Taken. No, I
have your son.
I don't have skills. My skills consist of watching Sunday football. But bitch, I'll find you.
I twisted my ankle last week.
So I gotta ask you, what did you think of the actor that played Michael Langdon? He was my favorite. I loved that character.
He was good. He was a new guy, too.
Yeah. And he's in 1984. My buddy doesn't like him because he's kind of a promiscuous character.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's awesome. I cannot wait. You're gonna love it. I'm sorry. So, September 18th was the release of American Horror Story. I'm sorry for the sidetrack of how amazing that was, but man, If you don't watch American Horror Story, change your life. Go watch it. It's the greatest television ever. Do you agree, disagree?
I agree.
What's your favorite show? I'm curious.
Ooh, I love American Horror Story. I love Suits, too.
That's why you're in law school.
You know what, guy? Yeah, I watched it before I got to law school, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Really romanticized, but...
All right, so moving on. American Horror Story came out 2 weeks ago. We're on episode 3 coming out this next Wednesday. Don't miss it. Amazing. The Good Place came out today. You're seeing this on Friday, so yesterday. September 26th. The Good Place. You ever watch The Good Place?
Never seen it.
Oh, great show, man. I don't want to ruin the show for you, but the show is technically, they say, it's about these people who shouldn't be in heaven.
Okay, yeah.
Trying to make, like, they wrongfully replaced in heaven, and they're trying to make it seem like they're supposed to be here. But very quickly, the last episode, the whole story changes, and it's amazing.
No, they're like, hey, where's the booze? And they're like, hey, you're not supposed to...
No, what's amazing is, so it's, who's the girl that sings for, you probably don't know this, but the lead singer in, or main actor in Frozen, Kristen Bell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in love with her. She's hilarious, she's gorgeous, and her character always tries to curse, and she's like, what the fork? And, like, she can't curse in heaven, so she's always saying, like, replacement words of just, like, ash, fork, and and that's
just because that's the way it is, or just because she can't?
Well, because
she's
can't
trying
curse.
not to.
Well, no, because she's a bad person.
Yeah.
In heaven,
but they're not allowed. Like,
well, heaven, you
physically,
can't.
Physically, you're not allowed.
You just can't.
Okay.
It's just like the people in heaven don't curse.
Oh, okay.
So like, she's not supposed to be there. And so it's
I feel like you find that out pretty quickly. You're like, oh, this person's saying fork a lot.
But it doesn't register to them because she's not saying the other word.
Contextually, you're like, like we're not eating, but this person's saying fork quite a bit.
Okay, so again, if everybody wasn't idiots, that would make sense. But also, I gotta stress, you gotta get to that last episode, and you go,
You've seen the whole season?
Well, this is the 4th and final season.
Okay.
So the first season was its own story, and it just flipped on its head. And now, I mean, granted, if you haven't seen it yet, you haven't seen it yet. You're not going to see it yet. The best part about the ending is it turns out they're in hell.
Okay.
And it's just a whole, like, they created this situation where we're gonna drive them absolutely insane, making them think that they're in heaven and they're not supposed to. So these people are trying to make it seem like, oh no, I'm supposed to be here, and then the next couple seasons are them trying to break out and go to heaven. It's amazing show. It's one of the highest rated shows right now. So again, Good Place came out yesterday, aka today, Thursday.
4th season. If you didn't know that.
Great stuff. Dude. But what made me think about pulling this back out was, guess what came out 2 days ago, my dude?
What's that?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, man.
And I haven't seen it. I feel like a jackwagon. Guys, I had a research paper due today, which, if I'm not lying, I could have watched Always Sunny. But when I am lying, it's I was working too hard to have the time to watch Always Sunny. I haven't seen it yet. And if it wasn't for this sheet, I would have forgot. So now I gotta go watch Always Sunny, dude. Yeah, this is also on the back of my admin notes.
Okay.
So
I was wondering what that was.
So if you guys are wondering,
I thought that was
informal rulemaking by the agency.
I thought that was the agenda for...
I'm not that prepared, dude.
I was like, concise general statement. I was like, I don't have any of those.
All right, gang. So you had Always Sunny, which is something to get excited about. I think it's the greatest show ever. We were talking about favorite shows. American Horror Story is a great story. I love it for entertainment's sakes, but the greatest show ever, in my opinion. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Nothing.
You gotta love the shows that highlight Philly. I'm a total Philly guy.
Yeah, dude. Hey, Cadigan's from Philly, so
kinda. Yeah. No, I mean,
dude, your grandma was running the streets of Philly.
Yeah, crazy.
Dude, that's awesome. Yo, so Always Sunny, get excited. Amazing, amazing, amazing show. You a Survivor fan? I'm a Survivor fan. That's the only reason
I've never seen Survivor.
What?
No.
It always used to be a show where, since the first season, the whole family would come together. We'd watch the show in the basement, have our Chinese food. It became, it's just nostalgic thing. Love it. Came out this week, this Wednesday. So keep that going. The Goldbergs. You ever watch that? There's also this New Schooled or something, that's with Brian Callen from the Goldbergs. It's a spinoff of the Goldbergs. That came out on the 25th. I like the Goldbergs because it reminds me of my family, but I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't seen it in a long time, so it's a couple seasons.
Never seen it.
And the last one on the list, well, there's two more, but The Connors came out on Tuesday. My question is, why wasn't this why you as the populace watching Roseanne, a.k.a. The Connors, what are you doing still watching the show after they take off Roseanne?
You say Roseanne, turned in The Connors, or?
Well, the show, Roseanne, was canceled.
Okay.
Because Roseanne, Roseanne was on drugs and mentally ill, makes a tweet, doesn't even know that the person, why does that cut Roseanne out, not cut out Justin Trudeau? That's its own question. But the main thing here is, why are the Connors I really hoped as a population we would go, no Roseanne, no show. Hey, that's fine. We're not allowed to have Roseanne. That's fine. That's fine. You're the PC police. You get to tell us what we're allowed to have. We're not allowed to have Roseanne. That's fine, but you're not going to have my viewership. But the ratings went up after she left. And I think it's a movement. People are watching it for the sole purpose of screw Roseanne. And so it's just crazy. This show's back. This show's back, dude. Anyway.
I never saw it before or after, so.
Dude, whatever. Regardless, you've got, the last show I was going to bring up was, you a Rick and Morty fan?
Oh, I love Rick and Morty.
Dude, it's insane that this show makes us wait as long as it does. And lets us live in purgatory for as long as it does.
Well, it's really weird. It's an animated show, too, so you figure,
can't be that hard.
Family Guy, whatever show it, Futurama, whatever show it is, it's not that hard to make.
Well, it's also just it's not like you need to get the actors here. Literally, it's just draw it up.
Yeah.
Just make it happen.
Yeah.
But what does really stink with Rick and Morty is they go so in depth in creating a real complicated storyline that they even say these shows aren't something that, South Park prides themselves on being able to write an episode in 5 days. Bing, bang, bong.
Yeah, but they hit the social issues, too. Rick and Morty doesn't really do that.
Well, right. They stay away from social issues, but also, dude, they're getting so deep in literal quantum science. There's actual legitimacy behind the thread of science that goes through the show. And it's there's some real complicated concepts here. I mean, I'm sorry, one of my favorite episodes is Mr. Meeseeks. And that is a crazy concept. Yeah. I had a poster in college that had Morty and his sister going, Mr. Meeseeks, what can I do for you? And they're like, stop existing. And, as a philosophy major, I loved it. No, he went, he just lost his shit. He was like...
No shit.
Because...
That's his thing, he couldn't do it?
Well, think about it. It's a philosophical contradiction.
Sure.
For Mr. Meeseeks not to stop existing, he needs to complete the task.
But his goal is to not exist.
But the task is to not exist. So how do you not exist and then not exist? You can't. So it turns into this quantum, conundrum. And, it's crazy. But it's crazy, dude. There's a lot of thought that goes into these stories, so I appreciate that. But I also don't appreciate just, listen, it's cool. Yeah. You finish season 3. Just tell me it's going to take 3 years for you to come out.
I also don't think I can take 2 strokes off my golf game, so,
But it's true, though, right? At some point, it's I get that some of these shows probably take a long time to write.
Yeah.
Just let me know. Even now. So let's get to why I brought up Rick and Morty.
It's coming out soon, right? Rick
and Morty comes out in November.
Okay.
That's it. That's all we know. Said. That's all we know.
Okay.
Sometime in this month. So we don't know a date, nothing. It's just a day. And think about the last season. we didn't even know it was coming out, and just randomly, there's a new episode out tonight, April Fools, and everybody's like, nah, it's a joke. And it turned out to be one episode out of nowhere that it's like, oh yeah, and the rest of the season will complete in 6 months, but we just wanted to get you for this.
Supply and demand, man. They know people love it.
But the demand's at its highest, so bitch, supply us.
They don't need to.
Yeah, they don't. We're still craving it. It's crazy. So we still got another month and a half for that, but something to get excited about. Or maybe 2 months. We don't know when in November. So get excited, but that's coming. Last things to talk about. Last thing to talk about. Oh, yeah, I do have it here. Just give me 1 second and pull it up. All right, so Fox News. The AOK sign, people, is now considered an official hate symbol by the ADL. So here we go. Anti-Defamation League has said that the AOK symbol is officially a hate symbol, standing for white. The 3, white. The O, power. White power. At the end of the day, guys, don't do anything with your hands. You can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. What can you do? I can't even wave. At the end of the day, if you just look at your palm of your hand, it says White Lord. So what can we do? I can't even wave at you. Waving's racist. Now I'm just going to walk down the streets like, It's just crazy, man. You can't win. At some point, they're just looking for things to get you with. And me, we were talking about, this isn't a fun game to get people
I thought that was a thing that, the people in college hit with this, oh, you're not supposed to look at, and I get punched in the arm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
But now that's racist.
No. I mean, my brother took it a step farther in high school, but it was called the sneaky nut.
What's the sneaky nut?
Well, the sneaky nut is, and I'm glad you asked. So my brother did this thing in high school with his buddies, where it was you would take the sneaky. Let me back up a little bit. The sneaky nut is, you take a photo with your buddies. And rather than having, the AOK symbol up, down, whatever they're doing now, you had your whole nut, your testiculars, out of your pants. You took a photo. It's a very high school thing to do. I understand. I was not a part of it. My brother, very much so.
Older or younger brother?
My younger brother.
Your brother was at the perfect period in life to where if he was like 8 years younger, he'd be in jail right now.
Yeah, no. I guess it wasn't so much my brother. I don't know if my brother necessarily did it, but his buddies were all about it.
Listen, I'm telling you, we grew up in the perfect
You can
period.
dig, man. You can fucking dig, but you're not going to find it. I don't think my brother did it, but
No, I'm not saying that. I just think it's funny, like, the way society has changed to where when you were a kid at that age, you never thought that was going to resurface and bite you in the butt. But now that is something that will very legitimately resurface and very legitimately bite you in the butt. And it's crazy.
My brother's friends are not going for a political career, so, it's a good thing.
But still, at the end of the day, they're kids being kids. Are they not allowed to grow and evolve past that? Or are we just going to damn them for being a 13-year-old showing their nuts?
They're growing in front of your eyes.
Literally and figuratively. What is it called again?
Sneaky nut.
The sneaky nut? Watch out for the sneaky nut! All right. A-OK. Sneaky nuts. We're having a ball.
All right.
All right, man. Are you ready? For the only list of would you rathers that you would do.
All right, let's do it.
All right. I asked Aaron this, and I'd be curious. I already developed my answer, so I'm just curious what you say.
Sure.
Would you rather the aliens that make first contact be robotic or organic?
I mean, organic, right? You would have to imagine.
I think that would be the nicest.
Is robotic like they're sending some kind of weird like?
No, it'd be like a computer.
It's a test. It's a test. We're testing you right now.
Or I just think the evolution of human existence will lead us. Like, we will die off and machines will take over.
Yeah.
And so that'll be our future is machines coming in.
I don't want that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that either. I want to at least know that, listen, I may lose all my hair, my face might get longer, and my eyes might get bigger, but that's still me, baby cakes. That's my daddy.
I'm blue
Or that's my son. I'm sorry. That's my granddaddy or grandkid, whatever. Ba ba ba.
My great-grandson's blue now.
Guys, that's it. That's why aliens are gray. Everybody just grab a partner of the opposite race. It's just like mixing all the paint colors, right? Like if we just combine everybody.
Blue and white?
We just get gray.
Right.
Bingo, son. Woo! We're seeing the future, kids. All right, speaking of the future, would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of anybody but yourself?
Oh, man. That would help me a lot in law school.
What, to see your future? I'm just like, I'm going to fail this one. I ain't going to do it.
I'd get cold call. I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck the answer is.
Yeah, I'm not coming to class today. Today's going to suck.
All right. 10 minutes out. I got to go to the bathroom.
True, though. At the end of the day, I think I would rather... You know what I'd rather be able to see into the future of anybody else? Because I would like to make an argument that if I can see into the future of anyone else, I can low-key see my own future through everyone else.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I will always be in contact with other people. So if I can look into my sister's future, I can see where her brother's at in her future.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that makes sense, yeah. Like, I don't know if it was, like, more so you can see everybody around you. Can you? Like, you say...
Sure, anyone.
Anybody's. Okay.
Everyone or you?
I mean, I know where I'm at all times, so...
Plus, I don't think I want to know my future, right? Like, that's that cliche. Would you rather know when you die or how you die? And it's like, neither. I don't want to know either of those. I'm either going to be petrified of October 24th of 2020, or I'm going to be petrified of forks. Either way, I'm going to be petrified, and my life will be hindered because of it.
Yeah, I mean...
You're going to be like, I'm never going next to a bus ever. And then that one time, just like, smack. And you're like, damn, should have avoided the buses.
I told myself I wouldn't do this.
Would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that curses a deadly disease? That cures a deadly disease. I'm dyslexic. Special me. So would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease?
I mean, it could be Lance Armstrong, but I think I'd rather really cure a disease.
Yeah, honestly, I think there's nothing to see at another planet, right? Like,
you go there, whatever.
There's always something to see at another planet. What it is there's nothing more valuable to see at another planet that is more valuable than
something we're
curing
here. Yeah. Oh, I mean,
billions.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you could cure cancer or completely know everything there is to know about Mars, sure, Mars shows some value that we may have to colonize Mars.
Sure.
Well, that ain't a problem for 1,000 years, whereas cancer is screwing all of us right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the deadly disease.
I don't know. I don't know if I have a lot of money to go see this place that I've gone to see, but I mean, I get there and I'm like, oh wow, it looks like your wall there.
We're here.
That's pretty sweet, I guess.
Wow, I didn't think there would be seahorses in the sky. I'm ready to go home.
I can't do anything with that. I don't have any money.
Dude, back to Las Vegas, right? Like, as long as I got the money to ride the seahorse, I'm cool. Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know now everything your future self will learn? Whoa, I'm going with the latter. I want to know everything I'm going to know.
Really?
Actually, yeah, I'm going to
rather go back.
100%. Yeah. I'm with you. I don't want to know the capacity of my abilities, right? Like, I don't want to know the ceiling, because once you know the ceiling,
that's what I'm saying.
You're capped and you're stuck, and you're just like, oh, I'm not getting any better.
I'm not saying I'm not all that smart, but I'm just saying, like, I think I know more than I know now at this point, and then I can learn whatever I was supposed to learn.
Yeah, you only notch it up. Bingo. Yeah. You're 100% right.
Bam.
Plus, I live my life striving for you can never know enough, right?
True. That's my grandmother's motto. You always strive to learn.
Yes. I really believe I'm Socrates' reincarnation. And as a result, you just got to keep asking questions and always learning. So nothing fears me more than having a ceiling to that. Like, I don't want, even there probably is a capacity. Like, I can only know so much. I just don't want to know when I reach that, because then I got nothing to live for. Once I think that I know all that I can know, even though that there's more to know, I know all that I can know. Now there's nothing to live for. Send me away. Put me away.
That's it.
Put me in the basket of deplorables. Throw me away. All right.
Let's get a good one.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you. Ooh. All right, so would you rather see what was behind you? Would you rather see what's behind every closed door or be able to guess the combination of every safe on the first try? Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
I'm going to go behind the door. I'm a pervert.
Wasn't thinking that quite. Anyway, the safe, I think you get a lot of trouble with the safe thing.
Or you could get really rich.
You get really rich, I don't know, I guess. I mean, you got to be pretty sneaky. Very, very sneaky, sir.
You just like walk up to the Bank of America and you're like, first guess. Oh, I guess I get all the money.
You'd be like, no, get out of here.
You'd be like, that's a felony, my dude.
Good try.
Would you rather be able to dodge anything, no matter how fast it's moving, or be able to ask any 3 questions and have them answered accurately?
Ooh.
Woof.
I don't know what I'm dodging, but hopefully nobody's shooting at me.
Yeah, I was about to say, nobody's shooting bullets at me, so...
I'm like the dude from The Mask.
I'm going to go with the second-rate Aladdin move of just get every... Listen, I don't know, postulate over this concept of a God computer.
Sure.
Where it'd be awesome to have a computer that knows everything there is to know.
Yeah.
That you could walk up and go, how many individual French fries have I had in my existence?
God.
And it would tell you that. How many steps have I taken? Like, literally anything and every... The God computer.
The first one's too much, the second one's not enough.
Yeah. Too many French fries, not enough steps. Keep moving, fatty. Damn it. Thanks, God computer. You told me again. Yeah, I'm going to go with the accurate answers. Not enough people are shooting at me for the care. And at the point at which that I piss someone off to shoot me, I probably deserve it. So, move.
I mean, do you really think you have to dodge enough stuff to...
I mean...
I don't think so.
Listen, there's not enough things coming at me that... I'm slow, and I'm not having a problem dodging things as it is, so... Hey. All right, let's end up with a good one. So, no, that's not a good one. Would you rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in? Obviously the first one.
Ooh. I know I'm going to end up going back to the city or town I was born in, so I don't know.
No, there's nothing in here saying you can't go back and visit. It's, would you rather move to a new city, so the place you call your domicile every week, or never be able to leave your hometown? So it's either be trapped in your hometown,
that sucks.
or never go to your hometown.
Sucks. I'd rather leave. Yeah, no, yeah. I'd rather get out there and do stuff.
As great as the hometown is, nothing will be more aesthetically pleasing to you.
Get out,
but there will be nothing more isolating and damning than never being able to experience the world.
Very true. Yeah.
Man, wow, Michael Cadigan. What a show. What a great time, man. Thank you for sitting here.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Booling with me, trumping, impeachment, and bop, 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 bop. This was a great time. Happy Friday, my dude. Enjoy your long weekend. Michael Cadigan, thank you. My fans, the people listening, I appreciate you. Like Cadigan, he listens to them all. I know you do too. Thank you. I truly thank you. You're great. This is fun. I just have fun doing this. We have fun.
I've had fun doing it myself.
I hope you have fun too. Did you have fun?
I did have fun doing it.
That's all that matters. So listen, please, if you can, if it doesn't hurt you, if it doesn't jibble you up inside, if you don't mind hitting the share button, that'd be fantastic. Please share, like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Do it.
Do it. Let us know you're there. And again, thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday, peeps. Cadigan, my dude. Good night, people.